So hello everyone and welcome to the Bust, and I know I'm not making the videos continuously. It's been months to months and I'm just posting the one or two videos. But yeah, I have some of the workloads for due to that reason I'm not able to make those videos. But still I'm just trying my best and make the videos regularly, and I will be try a lot. So let's see how just this journey are going on and what exactly topic we are going to discuss today. So the topic is, so like, what's the difference between the Prometheus, Loki, Tempo and OpenTelemetry? You often see in the DevOps industry, you might heard of name like Prometheus, Grafana. So this is the industry standard, and you might heard of the Loki as well, maybe. But there is a one tool as well, is called a Tempo. There is a one tool called as a OpenTelemetry. But how they are different from each other, and how you can implement this into your project, and that can enhance your skills as well and the resume as well in that one. So in this video I'm going to deep dive into the tools, so what exactly that tool used for and their use cases, so you can use in your project, and sooner we are going to make videos on them as well. So without any further delay, let's get started. So you are might familiar with the Prometheus. So the Prometheus is being used for the like very much popular combination with the Prometheus and Grafana. So please take in this mind, or may you have the clear idea on this one. Like Grafana is used for the dashboarding purposes, which mean you can visualize your data in the dashboards. The Prometheus is used for the like metrics data. So I will just cover up all the things in the few minutes, but have the clear idea. Grafana is not a monitoring tool. Grafana is a dashboarding tool. Okay, so that's pretty much. So we take a simple example. So let's suppose we have the React app. Okay, React app that we have hosted onto the EC2. Let's suppose we are hosted on the React app onto the EC2, and now there are different kind of scenario, and there you can just consider as, yeah, there is a Grafana, or either we can just skip right now. And also we have to add the database. So there will be a database of your application. This is like we can consider as a full stack application you have. Okay, so first we take a look into the Prometheus. So how Prometheus is work. So if you just search directly the Prometheus, what is Prometheus, so you get a rough definition like an open source tool that used for monitoring analytic toolkit, collects the store time series data. So what exactly time series data is? So let's suppose if you want to monitor application and you want to calculate the time series data, it can be error count, it can be requests that are made. So that kind of like let's suppose we have one user, and that user is try to access this application. Okay, so it can be made 4 or 300 requests or anything else. So all the data is being like monitoring and store by the Prometheus. So Prometheus uses node exporter. So for using the node exporter, so it's can able to export all the like metrics, okay, the time series data to the Grafana server. Okay, so you can directly visualize all the things in the Grafana. Okay, so you can just consider like the like time series data. It can be CPU usage, can be also a part of your like application. Might you can monitor like how many disk space are being used, how many like CPU usage of the current system. You can entirely monitor your EC2 as well. So that kind of a data, like that time series data, can be calculated via the and not be calculated but monitor via the Prometheus, and that can be data visualized into the Grafana charts using the Grafana. And the next part comes into the Loki. So you haven't or often seen that like the application generates the log. You have seen like there will be like a log file that been generated, and then you do log analysis and all kind of stuff, and for that reason, so as the name it suggests, it's a Loki. So for that reason, if let's suppose this application generates a log, the log file can be, we can consider like this application is hosted on the nginx. Okay, so it can generate like nginx error dot log file something, it's generate a log file. So yeah, you can directly generate this log file, and you can do, and Loki is like responsible for just collecting all the logs from this one. So you can just consider, so this is going to collect or collect all the logs of your application. Yeah, and that being further will be distributed, or you can visualize the as well. So that's pretty much for the Loki. And the next part comes in, and most of the people are not aware of, is the tempo. Okay, you get clear idea, like Prometheus do the time series or collect the time series data, then we have the Loki which collect the logs specifically, then the main interesting parts comes into it, that's the tempo. Most of the people are not aware of, but let me show you like how exactly this work. Okay, let's suppose this is the user, he made a request, and yeah, and we can just have, okay, let's ping, let's let's suppose you have another a service called as a backend. So here it can be a service called frontend, and here is the service called as a backend, and you have created a one API that call the backend, like backend API. Okay, that's cool. And let's suppose we take a scenario. Okay, so we take a scenario over, like in your website there is a form. Okay, so there is a form, it can be any form, you can just consider. So the user comes into your website, fill the form, and that database, like all the requests is being saved to the database of the here, like user one details. Okay, and in future maybe you have design your application in such a way, like user log out automatically after 4 to 5 hours or anything else. So they have they also store the data like session time something, session time. Okay, also like user again logged in, so we can login time something, you can consider as a, like you have application where you have too much of API working and all the things. So how does like tempo works over there? So tempo work for the traces. Example, like user logs in, like logs in, so it's going to trace all the things from the like how the API call made to the backend. So it's monitor all the traces that are being made by that user. So it can be multiple as well or single as well. So all the traces that being made, all the traces are being collected by the tempo. Okay, so I hope you get the idea about this one. And the last one that we have is the OpenTelemetry. And what exactly this do rather than like all the things we have done? So as we have like tempo, Loki or Prometheus or anything you have being used, you know that we have to configure these tools. Like we have the Prometheus, we have the Loki, we have the tempo. So all the tools we have to configure first in there, like for the Prometheus we have to configure the node exporter and all the files, then it's collect the like all the file and send to it. Then we have the Loki which collects all the logs and send to it. So there are pretty much almost the similar scenarios, but how exactly OpenTelemetry are working? So OpenTelemetry is being a centralized of collecting all the data. It can be like traces, it can be logs. Okay, so all the data is being collected over there. Okay, and that data will be further being sent to the Loki and tempo. So you are might be thinking, so why we need then the OpenTelemetry? Either these are, or these are doing the same things, but there is a difference. So if you do the manual like configuration, that's take a lot more time, but in the OpenTelemetry is like collects all the things, traces, traces, logs, anything. So for that reason the OpenTelemetry is being popular. So it's a framework. So yeah, you can just you can just like searches over there, like what is OpenTelemetry. 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 So yeah, you can just see like an open source observability framework that provides standardized protocols and tools collecting routes, telemetry data, metrics, logs, and traces application and infrastructures. So yeah, here you can take a closer look over there. So almost the same thing that I have told to you. So yeah, it's collect all the data, receive, process, and export to the like backend or anything you can want to add over there. Okay, so I hope you get the clear out on this one. So how exactly these tools are work and their use cases, and maybe in the future we are going to create like a video in the how you can monitoring the application using these tools. So if you want to want that video, so let me know in the comment section, and if you have any doubt also you can ask me in the comment section. And that's pretty much for this video, and see you guys in the next one.